Now to our commitment coverage and breaking but expected news after the first results of Super Tuesday.
The Associated Press is reporting that Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley will suspend her campaign later this morning, leaving former President Trump as the sole candidate.
Meantime, President Biden is getting closer to securing the number of delegates needed to secure the Democratic nomination. We do have team coverage for you this morning. Our reporters in Sacramento and San Joaquin County covering local races and ballot counting.
And we'll start with Mike Cherry's in the studio with one of the biggest races across California.
Yeah, so it's been a major fight to fill the U.S. Senate seat held by the late Senator Dianne Feinstein. But early results are showing it'll be a Democrat and a Republican facing off in the November general election. Now, Congressman Adam Schiff and Republican Steve Garvey are the two frontrunners as more results continue to pour in this morning. But while the candidates celebrated, Schiff ended up facing some protests last night.
So you had a chance. You had a chance to meet my wonderful wife, Eve.
Yeah, you heard protesters interrupting his speech with chants of ceasefire now and free Palestine. This happened while Schiff was beginning to thank his wife and kids.
We are so lucky to live in that kind of democracy, and we want to make sure that we keep this kind of democracy.
Meanwhile, Republican candidate and former baseball star Steve Garvey celebrated with a victory speech at his campaign party in Palm Desert.
Our best days will be ahead of us, with California once again being that vibrant heartbeat of America.
Now, if these results hold, both Representatives Barbara Lee and Katie Porter will not be advancing to the November runoff, and that would be a big win for the Schiff campaign, as Democrats are favorites to hold the Senate seat. A Republican, keep in mind, has not won a Senate race in California since Pete Wilson did in 1988. Back to you.
So thank you, Mike. We're also following the results from the only statewide proposition on the
ballot.
ballot.
That one is a very tight race on whether or not to approve Prop 1. The $6.4 billion bond measure would try to expand the state's mental health systems, targeting the unhoused and those struggling with severe mental illness. Let's shift to local races now. And for the first time in 8 years, Sacramento voters had a chance to decide on a new mayor.
Based on the latest update, Richard Pan is currently narrowly in the lead right now with 24%. Steve Hansen and Kevin McCarty are trailing but very closely behind. Let's go to Melanie Wingo. She's live in Sacramento this morning where vote counting will continue. Good morning.
Good morning. That race for Sacramento mayor extremely tight, as you just heard this morning, with many more ballots left to be counted. And those ballots are coming in from across the county right here to the Sacramento County Elections Office headquarters. Volunteers and staff working late into the night last night trying to count those ballots. But an updated count on the vote, according to Sacramento County's website, won't come until this Friday at 4:15 p.m. So the candidates for Sacramento's mayor's seat, along with many other races, will have to wait. In the meantime, we did check in with those candidates after the polls closed last night. Here's what they had to say about the contest.
I know that we're going to be counting for a while, but I really think that my message about how we need to restore confidence in city government, how we need to be sure that there's a greater focus and action and results on homelessness, public safety.
There are four really strong campaigns going, and we're all north of 20%, and so it's kind of a four-way battle.
I feel really good. Our team worked incredibly hard. We had amazing supporters across the city. Right now we're in the top two, but there's still probably tens of thousands of votes to count. So I want to see the votes get counted, but I'm so grateful.
I'm feeling cautiously optimistic. I mean, we really knocked doors and made sure, even up until, yesterday, that we were reminding people to turn in their ballots and get out the vote.
And stay with us later this morning. We'll get the chance to go inside the elections headquarters to see how all of those ballots that came in from across the county are tabulated. Reporting live at the Sacramento County Elections headquarters, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
All right. Thank you so much, Melanie. Now, in Sacramento, look at some other big races here. Measure C is a business tax for some industry professionals in the capital city. The no vote is leading so far with 61%.
We are also keeping an eye on some key Sacramento City Council races. So here are the results now for District 2, which is without a representative since Sean Laloe's resignation. And right now in District 2, we are seeing Roger Dickinson in the lead with 44%.
And here are the results for District 4 in that race between Phil Plucky Baum and incumbent Katie Valenzuela. Plucky Baum in the lead right now, 58%. Valenzuela's 38%. And in San Joaquin County, the count so far shows 17% of voters headed to the polls to cast their ballot in this primary.
This morning, there's still a lot of votes to be counted, and it does appear that some of the top races in the county are not going to be decided until November. KCRA3's Leticia Ordaz live in Stockton with the latest there.
Deirdre and Teo, good morning. There was a low voter turnout here in Stockton, but not to worry, a lot of people still came out to make their voices heard. So let's go to the race for mayor because a lot of people were interested in that race. Tom Petty is leading with 35% of the vote. Christina Fugazi has nearly 24% of the vote. When all the votes are counted, if no one gets more than 50% of the vote, the top two vote getters will face off in November. Another big race in San Joaquin County is for Congressional District 9. Incumbent Democrat Josh Harder is currently leading among the candidates and is projected to advance to the November race. In second is Republican and current Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln. Regardless of the results, Lincoln is not looking to keep his seat for mayor. So election workers had a very long day yesterday. Many arrived at 4 in the morning and they stayed way past midnight. They're going to be back at 8 this morning to begin the tabulation of those ballots once again. Reporting live in Stockton, Leticia Ordaz, KCRA 3 News.
All right, Leticia, thank you. And we are going to be talking live with the County Registrar of Voters a little bit later this morning to see where the numbers stand on some of the big races.